Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 12 of my single-player Let's Play. So as you can see, my solderer is doing some stuff, and that's because between episodes, I believe between episodes, I got myself a pattern grid and a pattern processor, and set up a bunch of crafting things. So as you can kind of see behind here, I can mine these blocks. I got crafters behind here that have patterns in them, and I basically taught the system how to make 64K drives. Why? Because I need lots of storage space. And then I have a crafting monitor so we can see how that's going. So just need some basics, and then it'll make more basics, and ta-da. Also, I also taught it how to make crafters. So that I can make more crafters. And I'll show you how those work, just because. And then I made this, which is the processing pattern encoder, which the difference is this is like crafting table recipes, and then this is like anything like the solderer, or if I wanted to teach you how to smelt things or anything like that. So over here I have two crafters. I need to make more. Basically, these are really simple. Like, I plan on getting into AE, or Applied Logistics, as well, later down the line, and we'll do that auto crafting thing too, and that's much more complicated than this. This one's really easy. Place a crafter, connect it with cables, put patterns in it. The end. As long as if it's just a basic crafting table recipe, that's all you have to do, and it knows how to do it. Once we get into Applied Logistics, it's going to take a little bit more work. So between episodes also, I kind of showed you guys how this would work, so I figured I'd walk through it real quick. So we got the, for some reason it thinks it's a redstone furnace according to Whaleb, but it's totally not. Induction, or igneous extruder. Okay, it's got one lava and one water in it, and it does require power now. I learned that. It didn't used to require power. Honestly, I don't think it should, because like a cobble gen does not require power. Unless it's considering the power cost for like mining the block, which I guess maybe, but there's plenty of block breakers and stuff that don't require power, so I'm kind of disappointed that he added a power requirement to it, but meh, I guess. I don't know. So making cobblestone comes out, so you need servos. You don't need servos because this has, you can do auto output. I just have it disabled right now because I'm using servos. You have to have at least tier 3, because there's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. So it has to be at least tier 3 to get this option here, which then you can set it to round robin, which basically means it's going to try and put one here, and then it's going to try and put one here, and then it's going to try and put one there, in order. So like one there, next one goes there, next one goes into the barrel. Okay, and that's the whole process. I have so Whala doesn't know how to use the thermal expansion machines, apparently, because it thinks they're all redstone furnaces. So got a furnace, taking cobblestone, turning it into smoothstone, and then got a pulverizer, turning cobblestone into sand with an occasional gravel. Okay, so then I also have I have all of these being round robined. So this one's being round robined to one goes in here into the, well, no, not, I guess this one's being round robin because one's going into the drawer and one's going into this crafter to make stone bricks. Okay, and this one, that one's not being round robined, but I needed to pull out because this one doesn't auto output. The pulverizer is pulling out round robin. One goes in here to become sand, one goes into the drawer so that I have sand. Can't get out. Okay, so that's basically the whole thing. Nothing too extreme. And then I have all 6 drawers with like the different things in it. Stone bricks, gravel, glass, sand, cobblestone. Okay, and all of these are set to void, so this will always be running. Originally I was gonna have it fill the barrels and then like stop, but the problem I had with that is like it filled like all of the cobblestone and then just froze because it backstuffed. So I just figured it'd be easier if it just ran internally forever. It doesn't require too much power, I don't think. I mean, we're still making more during the day than we're using. However, I have run into a problem a couple times where I've run out of power, which kind of stinks because now if I run out of power, I can't access any of my items. So I kind of just don't want that to happen. It's currently midday. So I've actually turned off the Woot thing, so you can see it's disconnected down here. So it's not drawing any power at all. We got like 2 stacks of blaze rods, I think. No, we got like 5 stacks of blaze rods. 4.5 at least. And then a couple things of experience, some sulfur, some molten cores. So I think we're good with that. I don't need more blaze rods right now. So that's base. No, there's one more thing I did between episodes. This doesn't work, okay? And I think I know why it doesn't work, but I'm going to play with it between episodes and see if I can finish it. So I was trying to make a tree farm, because I can use the farmer, or the farming station, from Ender.io, but I haven't got all the stuff to make that yet, but I did have the stuff to make builders. So my plan was, I have one builder down here with a space card, and I have spatial chambers here, that basically was set to have saplings, and then the one down here, was going to try and replant saplings on every one of these dirt plots, every chance it could. What the hell happened? I have no idea. Just, like I said, I'm going to play with it off camera, because I have no idea what it's trying to do, but it just offset this whole section forward. Okay, I obviously don't know entirely how this works. Then, I have this one on top here that is a quarry clearing card that is filtered to only do wood and leaves. Okay, so like that's what the only thing it can mine is wood and leaves. So that's what I had it doing. But I can't replant saplings right now, and this must have just happened because this wasn't like this earlier. So I'm gonna have to fix that. But I think what it is, I should probably turn these off so they quit doing whatever they're doing. I think it shifted the whole thing, did it? Yeah, because there shouldn't be wood here. This isn't part of that. So it shifted the whole thing. That's very interesting. I'm going to turn these off. The way this is supposed to work is well, here's why I think it's not working, okay? This is technically copying whatever is in this spatial chamber, okay? Which I was using the same spatial chamber as the same thing it was trying to build into. So I think I need to set this up somewhere, like, again, like, just as a second time, and just not use it, and it's the copy. What is this? What is it doing? I think it was trying to copy it, like, elsewhere. I don't know what was happening. So like I said, it doesn't work right now. I'm going to work with it, and we'll try this. But basically the point was, this one mines wood. Wood goes down into gold chests. Wood and saplings, technically, because I have it breaking the leaves, so wood, saplings, apples should go in here. I put these saplings here, so it's not really working. Then, this builder, because the builders use the inventory on top of them. Like, I think that's the only inventory they can access, because when I tried to put this builder here and mine things with just this gold chest, it didn't work until I put a chest on top of it. So that's why that one's there. That's why this looping thing is involved. But so wood, saplings, apples from mining go down into gold chest. Gold chest gets used by this builder to plant more saplings. Wood gets sucked up by alloy smeltery to become charcoal. Charcoal goes into resonator. Resonator makes red coal. Red coal comes out. Some goes into barrels, some goes into Stirling generator. Stirling generator powers both all 3 machines, because I have a, whoops, too far down, but I have a power cable there. And that's basically the whole thing. So I'm going to work with it. Hopefully we'll have a tree farm, and then I'll have endless red coal and wood. Hopefully. I'm trying to think if anything happened with the village between episodes. I don't think so. I set this house, if you'll notice it looks a little different. This is the delivery man. and I upgraded his house. So his house is upgraded. I was hoping that would make him deliver things quicker, but it doesn't seem to. So he still seems pretty dumb. Let's go sleep through the night real quick. Oh, what is this? Oh yeah, I planted a couple guard towers. They're not built yet. So like I have one here, and then once a guard tower is built, this will be a guard tower. I'm trying to avoid like getting too close to my house because I need space to expand, but we'll see. Let's sleep through the night, and then I'll go show you the quarry's progress. I basically let the quarry run for a while between episodes as well, just so that I have a bunch of resources, and I'll show you that I have a bunch of resources. So, if we come on over here, and just remember, this isn't even like close to being done. Like, this isn't probably even 1%. I think it shows us a percentage, so we can actually see where it is. But you can see that it's pretty far. And I like the solar panel seems to run at a pretty good speed. Like, it's definitely not the quickest it could be, but this is not a complainable speed in my opinion. I mean, that's pretty quick still. So it's run all the way. You remember we went over to the village where it starts, to here. And this is only one row still. We are, I guess, 18 of 1,089 chunks. So if we remember this this lovely border here when we get a second, or when it loads. There we go. So it is not even remotely close. It's like maybe halfway through this first line. So yeah, it's going to run for a good long time, I think, which is good. So that's been running. And it's going to get me cactus, which is nice too, so, because I could always use some cactus. It's got me a decent amount of obsidian last time I checked. Like at least a stack. Which, I mean, I know a stack's not like super tremendous, but like it's going to get more. It's not even done. It's not even close to done. So, but if we look, and I type ore, look at all the ores here, and that's not even counting what I've already thrown in here to get processed, which it's backstuffed right now, but, and then if we look at ingots, I mean, I got 5.5k copper, 2.6k tin, 1.6 iron, 1.1 lead, only 587 silver. Really, and only 386 gold. So we're still going to mine, because I still need some stuff. This is the disappointing factor. I only have 14 diamonds. Now, I've used a couple, because 64k storage drives, or 64k storage drives, do require... They do require 4 advanced processors apiece, and I just made 3. Which are necessary, because if we come down here, all those ingots and stuff, well, actually I put 1 in there already, so, but now we have lots of space. 320k storage space. We probably won't use that for a while. We'll definitely run out of storage space, don't get me wrong. That's definitely not nearly enough. By the way, these are external storages, which means these are not taking up space in the storage. The drawers are the storage. So that means I can see my glass and stuff that is being made there, but like it's not actually taking up space, which is good, because like I don't want the thing filled with cobblestone or glass, you know. But it's good to use for crafting. So today, what I want to do is automate processing of ores. Okay, which that shouldn't be too hard, because we got power and things like that. So actually, you know what, I changed my mind. We're not going to do auto processing ores. I'm going to do something I should have done a long time ago, and I've talked about doing, but I haven't done yet. I want an empowerer, if I can spell. So the empowerer anyway, requires a battery, a display stand, and 2 iron casings and a redstone crystal. But the way the empowerer works, if we look at here, that's the recipe for the empowerer and display stands. you need 4 display stands around the empowerer to empower whatever you're trying to empower. So that means I need 5 display stands to do this. So, oops, wrong. So I need 5 times 3, which is 15 of these green ones, and 15 of these aesthetic green blocks. So that's chiseled quartz, which is quartz slabs. And this one is just quartz blocks, which I might be able to make. I'm making it 32, which is actually just shy one. It's kind of unfortunate. Oh wait, might not be. So that's 6. So I need 15, right? So I need 30 of these. Yeah. Ooh, I have just enough. I'll have to go mining for quartz. This is one thing, like, I wanted to have the ore excavator from environmental tech, because, like, nether quartz, I look up nether quartz, you can get it from the vein miner, or from the void ore miner, okay? So I'm hoping to get this built, and then I can even set a white lens on it so that I don't have to go to the end, or to the nether, I mean, and mine ore, or quartz ore, because, like, at this point, I'm getting all of the overworld ores, no problem. Where did I put that? Oh, there it is. But I'm not getting any of the nether ores, so I'm going to have to get that figured out. So let's make the empowerer. So I need, oops. Dang it, come on. Just get a bunch of those. And I'm gonna need 5 of those. Oh hey, just enough for, well, I'm gonna need more redstone crystals, but dang it. And 5 of those. Let's get some redstone, because I'm not hurting for redstone anymore. So I need a battery, which needs some nori crystals. Oh, what am I missing? Oh, one of these. I actually need 2 of them. So this has to be a double battery, so 1, 2, okay. Then, oops, no, I have that. I need 2 of these. Double battery, that should be everything, right? What am I missing? Oh, it probably doesn't detect the battery. No, it doesn't have to be full. Now I have an empower. So, give me a minute. Let me build a place for this, okay? Because I don't have, like, a room set up. I haven't figured out, I guess I want to go through this wall. Or I guess I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this. So, give me a minute. Let me figure out how I want to do this. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I'm back. And it's been a little bit between between segments. So I made a new room, and I think it's looking pretty good. So, this is going to be my tech room, I think. I think it came out pretty well. I got like fans and vents and cables and big fans, and this is it's enlightened and regular glass, because enlightened glass, actually, let's just do clear. So like quite clear glass is just 3 glass gets you 3 quite clear glass. But enlightened glass is 4 glowstone to 1 sand gets you 1. So like it's a little on the expensive side just because I don't have like a ton of glowstone. I have some. And I did go to the nether between episodes and collect some quartz. So see, I got 1,000 and some glowstone, and I got just over 1,000 of each. It took some time, okay, to build this place and go collecting stuff. So, and I even between segments, I keep saying between episodes, cleared out the basement segment because we are going to have to run power over here, especially if I plan on making this like a tech room. So I figured I might as well just clear that out between episodes anyway, or between segments anyway. Gosh, I figured that out. So the way this works, because we're doing the empower. It's been a while. I forgot what we were doing. Display stand. So then 2 blocks away, empower. 2 blocks display stand. 2 blocks display stand. 2 blocks display stand. So that's what it looks like. Now the empowerer does not need power, and you'll see these guys have no GUIs, just like all the other blocks of actually additions. They have no GUI. Whoops, I forgot I still had the 3x3 in. I was mining out this basement, so I had a 3x3. So, pick it up. So, let's go back to the surface. There's one more block upstairs. So, the display stands are actually what needs the power. So you see they have an RF storage, whereas this does not. So we have to hook power to all 4 display stands, which honestly, in my opinion, is kind of a nuisance, just because like that means I have to hook power to 4 blocks. I did make more, it's nighttime, but I did make more energized alloy actually between episodes, and this was actually between episodes, not segments. Oh, but I apparently need more of this. Let's just do that. I made another, I don't know if I pointed this out, I made another alloy furnace between episodes too, just because this one's constant, well, apparently I finished. This one's pretty much constantly busy with ore processing just because of the quarry. So, like, I'm doing ores all the time now. So I was like, well, rather than, like, wasting time waiting for that, I'll just build another one. That way I can do my own thing while it's processing ores. Because I want to process the ores, because I don't want them to back up. Plus, I want the resources, so... That's how long it's been between episodes. If you remember, at the beginning of the episode, I showed this chest. It was about this full. And it's empty now, so it's been a while. It took me a little bit of time. But I think the room came out nice. It took me some time to figure out, like, what I wanted to build the room out of, and how I wanted to do it, space-wise, and things like that. The good news about this room is my plan is, I haven't decided if I want to do this, because I kind of like the skylighting thing. But I think I might just build this room up and just, like, make this, like, a tower for all the different things. I haven't decided. Haven't finalized that yet. Because, like, if I sleep through the night so I don't get attacked by monsters, if I walk outside and show you, I'm kind of out of space for expansion. Yeah. Like, I ran pretty much to the border that I had here. So see, I'm like right next to where this guard tower is going to be. I could expand over the river if I wanted to. But like, since the quarry's over there, there's not a lot of space to keep expanding if I wanted to. So, I mean, yeah. There's stuff I could do. I could build down, I guess, if I wanted. But I don't know. We'll see how much like more space I'll end up needing. Or if I want to, like,
build over, like, away from here, like as separate buildings instead of them being connected. We'll see what happens. I don't really have a plan. Maybe that's the problem, but I don't have a plan. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Oh yeah, I made a lot of quite clear glass. Quite clear glass is easy. I like it because it's got the connected textures. So, like, you can't even hardly tell it's there. But spiders won't fall on my head either, so I should have grabbed all of that. I don't know why I didn't. Boop. And we are going to want some alloys. We're just going to make a couple of these. One day I will upgrade to the top tier, but right now I don't really produce enough power, and nothing really requires that much power, so I'm not going to waste the energy or resources to do that. Right now what I need to do is, so this is one of the display stands. So 2 blocks, that's the, yep, that's the empower. So that's a display stand, that's a display stand, and that's a display stand, right? Yeah. So the reason one reason that I'm glad I'm using Ender IO conduits, oh, that doesn't need power. I even said that, and I'm messing it up already. Is because the Ender IO conduits are nice because you can do all the different things with them. Like, you can put items and power in the same block space. So because these, I do plan on trying to, like, kind of automate this. You can see I'm right clicking on it, and it's like placing this on the display stand. So, like, if I go upstairs, you'll see it floating there. Since I'm sure it's weird that I'm, like, emptying my hand and getting one. But see, it's floating there. So that's the way these work. You, like, place stuff on these and this, and, like, you can't place anything on this one except for stuff you're allowed to place on there. But you can place anything you want on these. So, like, you'd place 4 items, and then the thing in the center, give it power, and it gives you stuff. So, I'm going to hook all these to power. And then, what I want to do is get the fortune upgrade for my drill. Because I want to go mine. I know I have a quarry now, but I want to go mining for diamonds between episodes with fortune too. Because if I can do that, then I will get way more diamonds than my quarry's figuring out. Don't get me wrong, the quarry's doing a great job. Glad I got it. But it's not helping with the diamonds because of the way diamonds work. You need fortune. And I can put fortune on that quarry, but we'd have to get into RF dimensions to do that, because if you look, quarry fortune is 4-dimensional shards, 2 diamonds, a gas tier, and redstone, or I'm sorry, a diamond or emerald, 4-dimensional shards. Which dimensional shards you can't craft. They only come from, it's an ore from dimensional, or only found in dimensions. So we'd have to get into RF dimensions, make a dimension to find dimensional shards. And while I'd love to get into RF dimensions, I don't have the RF to do that. Because, like, RF dimensions costs quite a bit of RF to, like, power and maintain. So right now we're gonna circumvent that, because yeah, not exactly up my alley right now. So now these all should have power. So if we come over here, it's still daytime. I need to upgrade that quarry, which again need diamonds. So now you can see these are all getting power. So in order to make the drill upgrade fortune and fortune 2, I need an empowered diamantine crystal and 4 empowered redstonia crystals. Okay, and oops, that's not one. Dang it. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that one before. Yeah, see, it doesn't, like, tell you, so I'd have to look it up.
Because, like, it doesn't tell you what any of these do, but a lot of them make, like, fortune gives you fortune, you know, so, like, it doesn't need to explain a lot of them, but, like, this one's just called drill block placing augment, so I don't know what that means, like, I don't know, it's weird. I'll have to look it up, but, to get fortune, I need empowered diamantine crystal, the rest of it I can have, 4 empowered redstone crystals, and this, which requires more diamantine crystals. So I actually need 2 blocks of diamantine crystals, which I think I have enough diamonds to do that. Barely. So one thing I've learned from watching other people and from my own, like, observance, it is cheaper in actually additions to do blocks. So, like, for instance, the recipe for this, diamantine crystals, 1 diamond is 60 RF, or a block is 600. So that's actually more it's more expensive to do the block form, I guess, because technically 600 RF is actually 10 diamonds, so it's more expensive to do it that way. But to empower it, if you empower a block, it's 2 clay, a clay block, and a light blue dye. If you wanted to empower 1 diamond, it's 2 clay, a clay block, and a light blue dye. So for the same 4 ingredients, you can do a whole block for the same cost, basically. I think it might use more RF, but I'd rather it use more RF and less ingredients. So I need one block. Actually, I need 2. 4 clay, right? 4 clay, because I'm doing 2, so remember, double the recipes. So 2 is 4, 1 is 2, and then I need light blue dye, which is just lapis and bone meal. I'm sure I have bones. Oh wow, I'm really kind of hurting for bones. We'll grind them. You can pulverize or crush bones, and you'll get, like, more bone meal. I forget what it is, but 6 apparently. So, I guess I only need 2, right? Yeah, 2. So, yeah. Boom. And then it takes a little longer because I'm sure it uses more RF. We're also going to have to make redstone, yeah? Powered redstone crystals, which nether brick, redstone, rose red, and brick. Which I might have all of that, actually. So I need nether brick, redstone, actually I'm going to need a block of redstone, because I need to make redstone crystal block. So I need 1 redstone crystal block, 1 nether brick, 1 redstone, 1 brick, which I have some, and what was the last thing? Rose red. I have a little bit left over from that, I had to make that mob prison for the woot. Oops. We have to do this with an empty hand, I think. Then 2 clay, clay block, light blue, diamond block. This is a lot like the Thaumcraft enchanting, which Thaumcraft isn't in this version. I don't think it's updated to this version. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I'm not seeing Thaumcraft in the Curse client, so it must not. Well, that or I'm not. Or it's not in the Curse client yet, but I would assume it would get into the Curse client pretty quickly if it was up to date. I like Thaumcraft. Oops, not that. I like Thaumcraft, so it's a shame that it's not in here, but me and Angel will probably get into it in our single player, or I mean in our multiplayer game, because it is in that one, so I plan on making her do it. She doesn't want to, so we'll see what happens. So we'll let this go. It's nighttime, so I'm sure this is a really bad drain on my power supply. Should sleep through the night, because remember, my main source of power is the solar, and I need to upgrade my capacitors. Between episodes, I'm just going to let you guys know, because I'm going to do it between episodes. Between episodes, I'm going to upgrade these capacitor banks from the basic capacitor banks to the vibrant ones. So if we look at the capacitor banks, right now I'm using these capacitor banks, which are really cheap. They only hold 1,000 RF apiece. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way to vibrance. I'm going to probably teach the thing how to make them and just make them. Because, well, maybe not. Well, I'll probably teach you how to make it, but it won't know how to do this because I want to hook up like an alloy smelter and a sag mill on camera for the crafting. So, like, it won't know how to do that, but I can craft that myself and just, like, know it. But these hold 25 million RF a piece. So if I put 4 of those here, like this only holds 4,000 RF, I think. 4 million RF. Like, there's 4 of them. So each one holds 1 million. Which is still not a bad amount, but this draws 84. And then, like, these machines back here draw a decent amount a piece. I mean, not horribly so. So tell me, 40 RF tick, 40 RF tick. So each one of these draws like 40 RF tick. This one doesn't tell me, but I'm sure it's probably close to that. This one, actually, if I remember correctly, sucks power-wise. Like, it draws a lot of power for, like, fucking nothing. Yeah. Try not to cuss too much, but it's hard sometimes. Okay. So now we can break all these. See, that's why it's, like, much better to just do it in blocks, because you can break it into its individual pieces anyway, so there's no reason to, like, waste the resources on doing the extra steps. So Fortune 1, so I'm gonna need, oh, whoops, I guess I didn't want to break. Nope, not Silk Touch. I don't want Silk Touch. Not Fortune. So Fortune 1. Then Fortune 2 requires a block of this, which I have a lot of those. 458. They're not used very often, so that's a lot. Dang it. Got one of those. Then 4 more of these. And bam, I got Fortune 2. So then I can just put these in my drill. And you have to have, I don't know if I said this when I got the speed, but you have to have the predecessor. So, like, in order for me to have speed 2, I have to have speed 1. In order for me to have Fortune 2, which gives you Fortune 3, it says so, you have to have Fortune 1. I think the only reason he made it so that, or they made it so that, I don't know if it's a guy or girl for this mod, but I'm pretty sure it's a guy. Fortune 1, like, Fortune Augment 1 and Fortune Augment 2 gives you Fortune 3 is just because of spacing. So, like, now I can have, like, I can have Speed 1 and 2, Fortune 1 and 2, and Drill Augment 3 and not use all the space. Or, you know, if you have the battery from Actually Editions, oops. Apparently my caps lock is on. Okay, I don't know what happened. If you have the battery from Actually Editions, you can put the battery into the drill to increase the amount of RF storage it has. I'd rather just have like a flux capacitor with my hotwire. But to each their own, right? So, yeah. So today we got ourselves a pretty awesome room, right? I like it. Got an Empower set up, which I said I was going to do a while ago, but didn't. I really like some of these new blocks, because, like, I don't believe there was transparent fans before, but, like, these transparent fans are pretty cool. Got some giant fans. I like this room. I know it's a square, rectangle. Rectangles are squares, right? No. No, a square's a rectangle. A rectangle's never a square. Whatever. Got a nice room. Gonna do more with it than just the Empower. I might move the Atomic Reconstructor in here too. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna do some more with this room. I'm gonna upgrade those capacitors between episodes, because I know we're getting long in the episodes right now. And I'm gonna work on this tree thing between episodes too, so I can get a tree factory up and running. Okay? Until then, I will see you guys next time.